Hi, welcome to this small demonstration of our project called the Virtual Construction Progress Reporting. Now, this construction progress reporting project can be used to monitor the do a progress reporting of a building or a cluster of building or uh, constructions which run over a distance, for example, highways or metros or railroad networks, anything which runs over a distance, let's say 6 miles or 7 miles or 20 miles, can be used. This tool can be used to monitor the progress. Now, this is basically based on a very simple fundamental principle of what we call is a task. The task, for us, a task is a visual representation of what you want to monitor, what needs monitoring. For example, right now you are looking at a west view of a given building which is under construction. Now, this is what side we want to monitor, and so you could have multiple tasks like this. For example, the front view, um, or the ground floor view, right? So basically, you could actually have different views of the task which is being monitored. So this is a fundamental definition of task. Uh, a task can have many properties. For example, it has a name. It has got certain tags. We'll talk about tags later. It is can or may not be associated with the ground floor. What progress in percentage in a number? What is the description? And then you could actually use these buttons to update the task in a very natural way, right? So let me create a new task. Before we go ahead, I already had created one task from the last time. So let me delete that first so that we can actually create a new task. Now, to create a new task is very simple. You go to the left hand side and you see this new task menu item here. Click on it, enter the task name. Let's say this is the west view, and give a short description. View from ICTA. Give it some date. I'm just giving some random date. And then you say which type it is. So we support two different types, either a pano or a simple image, a flat image, what we call it. Right? So let me use the pano for now, and I'll show you an example of simple image later on. What I just need to do is just drag and drop on this box here. Once you drag and drop, this pano is uploaded to the database, and then you just have to click on submit. Once you click on submit, the task should appear here. Right? It's taking some time because I'm recording at the same time. So the task did appear here. This is called the west view task. And once you click on this, it will load the west view. This is the west view. This is the east view of the building, right? Now, each task can have different subtasks. Now, what is subtask? Subtask, in very simple terms, is anything you want to talk about, right? For example, this is a subtask is actually something you place on a screen somewhere, right? Where it's the area you want to talk about. For example, if you want to say that these things, talk about something about these things, right? So you just double click on that area and it creates the task here. This is the task is to a temp value, which you can see it's reflected here also under the east view. And if you go onto the subtask tab, there's a subtask tab here. Now you can change it, right? Train on rent, right? And you can put some number here, some arbitrary number, and you say this train needs to be replaced. Is maintenance, for example. Okay, please forgive my spelling. And then once you have done this, you just have to click on the update button here. Once you click on the update button, you would see it's reflected, third train on rent, and it's there. Now, this is saved to a database. So as I said, there are multiple types of subtasks we support. One is a text type, the other is a image type, right? If you click on image, you see this is an image subtype or a PDF subtype. Now, when I say on an image subtype, you can convert a given task to an image by clicking on that task and now changing these values here, image or PDF. What you need to just, if you want to put an image, you have to provide the image. Click on this and provide the image URL. If you want to give, show a PDF, click on PDF, provide a PDF URL, and then click on update button, and it get updated, right? And once you have these different types, it will show up as a tooltip, or you can click on this and click on this button here, and it will show it up in a different view, right? Now this window can be expanded, resized, and then it can be zoomed, moved around for better viewing. Same thing with PDF type as well. You click on PDF and you click on this button, the PDF shows up. This window can also be moved around for a clear view and closed, right? Now, so this is how you create subtasks. Very simple philosophy. Then let's talk about the left hand side. This is the menu, which is this left hand side is the menu which does all the action. Now this is a collapsible menu, which means I can actually go back as I move my mouse to the collapse. You can actually fix it to the position by clicking on this button. Similarly, this subtask panel also has this property. You actually can make it go left or right, right? Just to show more screen spaces, it can go left and right. So let me, for the demonstration sake, keep it on the visible all the time. Now, the left hand side is an important place where you can actually say which mode you are working in. Right now we are working in edit mode because I want to show you different things. Edit mode can be behind a password wall, but we have not done it for the demo purpose. A task can be filtered based on tags. We were talking about this tag. I mentioned this tag briefly. We'll talk about it later. And then this is the task tree. Now this task tree show you, this is where you can navigate for each of the tasks. It provides you the complete way to navigate around. And if I click on front view, for example, it will load the front view. It will happen in 2 seconds that loads the front view, right? And if I click on west view, it will take me to the west view, right? So each task you select on the task tree here have multiple actions associated with it. For example, if I click on the ground floor, you see this menu item changes to ground floor action. If I click on first floor, it will change to first floor view action. This is indicating that the actions available for is applicable to what time, what task, right? Now, if you click on ground floor and you click back on the action, now you have 3 different items. These 3 different actions are add a new image. Add a new image is used to upload the latest image of the project, right? So I'll show a demonstration of that later on. History shows history. When you click on the history button, it actually loads the history, creates the item right below the ground floor for which we are seeing the history, and then when you click on ground floor history, it will load the history. Right now there's no history, it's only the current image, so it's showing only the current image. But when I show the example, it will show the history as well. The compare is, you can select 2 different windows to compare this month's progress versus 3 months back, is the progress can be. Flow plan menu item is used to create a flow plan, add a flow plan to a system, or add a building to a system, right? We'll talk about it later, a little while from now. Now let me show you the history, and I start with creating what you call a simple task, and then we build on top of it showing different action points. So let me go create a task here first. So I'll click on the new task and I give it a name, let's say second door view. Give it some random description. This is second floor. Give it some random date. What type it is? Flat. I want to show a flat image, and then I come and select some image, right? For example, I would select, let's say, this image. Assume that this image was shot in February, so let's go back and change it just for our demonstration purpose. Once you upload this, click on submit task, and you will see a new task. Second flow view would create here. This is second flow view, right? And right now it says sub view, right? So once you have this subtask, a task view, you can now go ahead and do all kinds of, create subtasks. Just by double clicking around, and it will show you some temp values like this. You go around, right? So let's say, for example, you want to change this value to some other value, right? As I said, it's very simple. Come here, say, that this is the final rendering of lobby, and give it some progress, give it an image size. You see what's the name? Again, let's give you the Facebook form. You type and say okay. Once you update, the task is changed to a different type. So you can actually go ahead and see that this is image type right now, right? And once you're on the image type, you can actually click on this and show them what you just done. Now let's create a history of this task, the second flow view, right? Now to create a history, or in the sense, history meaning the latest image, upload the latest image. Click on the second flow, click on add new image. This is give it March view. Let's assume it's start in March. Some random, giving it some random date now, and this is the March view, right? Once I've done this, click on submit, and you see a history new image added, right? And once the new image is added, you will actually start seeing March. See, this is the March view now, right? Now the important thing is that these subtasks can be repositioned in the latest image. It cannot be repositioned in the history view, but it can be repositioned in the latest image. Now let's talk about the flow plan here, right? Uh, as I was telling earlier, flow plans can be associated, a task can or may not be associated with a flow plan. Now how do you do that, right? So let's look into what exactly I meant by a flow plan. So a flow plan is actually shown on a map. This is a map view, right? In fact, the map supports a lot of things. For example, it supports as whenever you create a task with a GPS view, it will actually position, put the use, determine the GPS position and put the indicator, the marker here for that image, for the task, right? Now, to create a flow plan, it's very simple, right? Uh, Let me show you the flow plan first, right? So if I click on the ground floor, this ground floor has a flow plan. You see, the moment I click on that, you will see that we overlay a flow plan on top of the map, right? So this is the ground floor view. Now, if you want to see the first floor, I click on the first floor view task. It actually will replace that image, old image, the floor plan with the first floor, and it will show you the tasks which are associated with the flow plan. For example, these all tasks are associated with first floor. You can see on the right hand side in the task property window, you will see that the floor plan is first floor, right? Now, so let's create a floor plan for an example function, right? I'll close this window, and to create a floor plan, it's very simple. Click on the floor plan, click on add flow, button. And let's say this is the second floor plan. And we drag and drop the second floor plan on top. Once we have dragged and dropped, click on the submit button. The floor plan will get added. Now to associate a floor plan, it's what we just need to do is click on the task and then go on the right hand side and select the floor plan you want this task to be associated with. Click on that. Once you have selected second floor plan, click on update task and you see task updated. Once you have task updated, click on the show map again. When you click on the show map and it has click on the show map while the second floor view task is selected, you will see that the floor plan which we recently created is now visible on the map. And now you can actually drag and position this floor plan on top of the map. So let me quickly do that. I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. It's basically very, very simple to actually do this. So we have positioned it now, and you just click on update button. At this point in time, the second floor is now visible on the map, and you can validate it by going to the ground floor. You will see that the map is now showing the ground floor view, and then coming back to second floor. Now you notice that second floor, even though we are showing the floor plan, we don't see the image, the task here. Now this is also again very simple. You just have to drag and drop the task from there to the appropriate location in the floor plan. Once you do this, the GPS task is updated with the GPS value. So you can test it by, for example, going to the second floor, ground floor, coming back to the second floor, and you'll see that task is updated here. Right? So basically, this is a very simple way to actually associate a task with a floor plan, and you can drag and drop the floor plan, the task, if it does not have a GPS location. Now, to show the GPS location quickly, we could do actually another test. For example, I click on the new task, create what is the view we were seeing until now? Right, so take a new task and you say perform site view. This is the view from perform. Give it some date and the type, final type, and I will just upload the west view. So this is the west view. So let's say I just try the west view here. I might click on submit and wait for the task to be created. So the task is now created. This is the west view, right? Now, this, when I click on the show map, you would now see automatically we have placed the west view here, right? So basically, this is the west view, this is the front view, and this is the east view now. So it has actually captured the GPS location, coordinate of the image, and put it appropriate on the map. So let me talk about a very important feature called tags. The tags can be defined in this pane. You actually can, these are the current tags which are part of the project. You can define a tag by simply typing a tag name in this box. For example, let's say if I say stop and put it, press enter key, it will create a tag called stop. And this tag now can be assigned to any of these tasks or subtasks. For example, I'm assigning stock to each tree. Now I click on this, and this tag is now added to the each tree. Now, once you add a task or subtask to the a tag to a task or subtask, you can actually click on the tree. For example, I know that this is show me only work in progress task. If I click on work in progress, it will show me the tasks which are work in progress, right? And if I just delete it, it will show me all again. So basically, you can use tags to actually filter out. This is very simple. So this concludes my presentation, this demonstration of this project. I hope to see you in a live demonstration later on. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry this is a little bit longer demonstration video.